That's good. That's weird.
Hello. Welcome to Our Dinner is Done. I'm Sally.
I'm Jimmy.
If this is your first time joining us, welcome. If not, welcome back. Tonight we're making something like really easy actually. It's turkey chopped meat, sloppy joes. Normally make these with beef, but we don't eat a ton of beef in our house, so we're making them with turkey chop instead. You'll just need a pound of turkey chop, a shallot, a red bell pepper, a can of baked beans, and some garlic, and then we're going to make a little sauce to go on top of it. And typically, I actually used to make this recipe in the crock pot, and it's something that you can kind of prepare ahead of time, do it in the morning, kind of let it sit and simmer all day. But this is also something that you could just kind of whip together really quickly, and we'll eat it tonight. So it'll be super easy. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to slice up the bell pepper, the shallot, and the garlic, and we'll get the shallot and the pepper cooking together first, because those will take the longest. So, hi Babs, welcome. And this is something too that you could put on whatever type of bread you like. We're just going to be using some potato rolls that we have here, but Kaiser rolls would be good. Anything that you have really would work. It's really funny because I did not like sloppy joes as a kid. I didn't like them. I didn't really like the texture. I was like, oh, they're messy. They're kind of blah. But I didn't really like beef as a kid. So that's why. I think maybe I would have liked them a little bit more if they were with turkey.
Yeah, probably.
Who knows? But yeah, so we're going to make some turkey tonight. And it'll be yummy. But first thing we're going to do, dice up the shallots and the peppers, and we'll get them sauteing in a pan with a little bit of olive oil, and we'll let them kind of soften up a bit, and then we'll start making the rest of the ingredients. But there's not a whole lot to it. So it's very easy to make, and you can make up a whole big batch of this if you were going to be doing a party. I mean, pre-COVID times or maybe post-COVID times, you could do it in the future. If you're going to be making food for a lot of people, it's a good thing to like make for a party and then make like little mini sliders with it.
You use those like Hawaiian.
Yeah, the Little King's Hawaiian rolls or something like that. You can just top them with that. Very, very tasty. So, welcome to the chat. If anybody's in the chats, come say hi. We see Babs there, so hello Babs. Thanks for joining us.
How fine do you want me to chop this?
You want to chop everything pretty small because everything is going to be fitting on the sandwich. When they're too big, you don't want everything kind of like falling out. You want everything kind of consistent sizes. So a good chop is nice. And then you could certainly add a little bit of like cheddar cheese on the top of this, shredded cheddar, or we're going to use some pickled red onions that we made this morning. We're going to top ours with those, but you could do that, coleslaw, cheese, avocado, something like that. I like the things with a little bit of crunch just to give a little bit of a different texture. But you could certainly use avocado or something too. Every sandwich is better with avocado. Little baby. We put a poll up on our Instagram earlier today asking about favorite types of sandwiches, and we got a good amount of responses. Some of the things that we heard were like chicken club sandwiches, chicken cutlet sandwiches. We love chicken cutlet sandwiches in this house. We eat them a lot. Is his dinner ready?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You just gotta put the water in the...
I'm going to get baby ready for his dinner because he sounds like he's ready.
Ooh, child's getting every time. Alright, so I diced up that shallot. I'm just gonna julienne these peppers and then dice them up so that we get them all to the same size. And then baby, you're up next. So I'm just julienning these peppers up into nice thin slices, and then we'll come across to dice them.
Oh, Mark. Oh, Mark noticed your haircut?
Oh, my haircut? Yeah. Got it over the weekend. Right? Was it this weekend or was it last? I don't remember now.
I can't remember either. I think it was last weekend, actually, wasn't it? I don't know. The days blend together.
It might have been last weekend. I don't remember either. But yes, I did get a haircut.
Got it?
My head was cut off. So I'm just lining up these julienne pieces, just giving them a nice rough chop, just to ensure that the same size, just in these nice little cubes. You're not a happy camper.
Season's avocado. Is he ever a happy camper during the stream?
No, never. He's a happy baby too. He doesn't like streaming. Not a big fan.
Here we go. Oh, yeah. It's avocado time. Here we go. All right. Hey, Leah. Welcome. I'm starving, too. I've been, like, kind of snacking all day, but I'm really hungry. So I can't wait to eat.
Somebody's better once he got food.
Just like his mama.
He was hangry.
He was hangry, and he gets that from me, for sure. I am also not a happy camper unless I have my food. So you're going to put about a tablespoon of olive oil in here, give or take, maybe a little bit more. And I'm going to put it on medium heat. Just let that heat up for a minute. And then we're... What's that? Oh, yeah, look at that. We could use our scraper that my brother sent us, my brother Peter. We've been talking about needing one of these, and he sent us one for Christmas. So this is going to be good. We're going to just do the bell pepper and the shallots together because they both take a little bit of time to get soft. And you want these kind of ingredients to be, you don't want them to be super, super crunchy. So you do want to let them cook down a bit. So we'll let that cook first. And after this is like at a stage where we want it to be, then we can add about 2 cloves of garlic, chopped garlic in here. Just going to salt and pepper these up, just because we always do. Layer up those flavors. But the sauce that we're going to be making for this is very flavorful on its own, too. And that's why this is a good dish if you want to make it in the crock pot. Everything kind of like saturates and kind of marinates in the sauce, and it tastes even better the next day. Perfect. Good, so we'll let this go here and cook a bit. But you could sub out, obviously, beef, chopped meat, or you could even probably use ground chicken, and that would be tasty as well. He's going to dice up that garlic there. Baby is already feeding himself now, like eating with his fingers, which is awesome.
Oh.
He's doing great. He's got little pieces of avocado that he's just chowing down on. Doing a good job. Take one at a time.
Garlic cloves, smash them open.
Good. Yum, yum, yum. I'm just going to keep an eye on this. Make sure it doesn't burn. And also, I'll show you how to make the sauce for this. It's really, really simple.
This is a salad meal.
This is actually a recipe I got in a crock pot recipe book. And I'm just tweaking it a little bit because in their recipe they use onions. We're using shallots because we like them more. And as you know, if you've watched your channel before, shallots are more mild for children. So that's the one that we like a little bit more. And again, this I'm using turkey meat instead of beef. But in that crock pot recipe, it is beef and onions instead. But again, you could do it with the things that you have at home or the things that you prefer just taste-wise. So he's going to let that do its thing. Yeah, Babsy is clean-shaven as well. He got rid of his mustache that he was rocking all of last month.
November 30th.
He got rid of it at the end of the month for November because it was over, and he knows I don't really care for his mustache.
Really care for it at all.
I let him do it. He's handsome either way, but...
She especially didn't like when I was like, give daddy a kiss.
No! Ugh, creepy. But he looks better clean-shaven. Although I do like him with a beard.
I did not shave for a week, but that was just more of laziness.
Yeah.
It gets itchy.
You know what I might do while this is kind of cooking up here is just cook the turkey separately. Then we could throw everything together and really be easy peasy. Yeah, expedite everything.
This thing's awesome. Is Peter here?
I don't know if Peter's in the chat. Is Peter in the chat? If you are, thanks a lot for that. Wow, look at you with all those avocados.
It's even got a ruler on it. I have no idea why. I guess you could measure things.
I think it's for measuring as well, yeah.
I think it's actually for like dough. Like cutting up dough and measuring out dough. I think it's just kind of become
super
a chef's tool.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to get... Thank you. And then I'm going to start just browning up the turkey meat. You're going to cook it through. And you could do a little bit of oil in the pan if you want for that. If not, it has its kind of natural fats, although turkey's not super fatty.
Baby. That's the baby's pot.
Yeah, but I could probably just do it and...
Were you going to season it?
What happened? Did you drop your spoon? I could just do it in the babies, yeah. What happened? You dropped your spoon? What's in your lap? What's in your lap? Right? Bless you. Bless you, baby. Bless you, baby. You laughing?
These little guys just cooking.
All right, those are looking good. Gonna get a little bit of our turkey chop here. I'm just gonna put the heat again on about medium. We usually cook on about medium. Just feels like that's kind of the most controllable setting. Uh-oh. Baby say uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Sounded like it. Ah. Alright, just gonna toss that in. And just squeeze in and wash my hands.
So the other thing we're going to make on the side, just kind of impromptu, because it came in our Misfit box. We didn't order it, but sometimes you get some randomness in your box. So we got some frisee. Frisee is going to turn, any leafy green is going to turn rather quickly. So we figured it would be a nice green component to this. So we're just going to make a nice little salad on the side, just with frisee, tomatoes, and a mustard vinaigrette.
Alright, so we've got our turkey in this other pan over here. I'm just going to take a little bit of this to put it into the baby, because we're starting to feed our baby, solids and everything now, and he's eaten different types of meat, and the other day he had some salmon, but tonight I'm going to give him some turkey. And we're going to prepare it since we're making it for ourselves anyway. Oh yeah, we did get some flurries today in the area, but didn't stick. It wasn't enough to be like really substantial. going on. I think he's heard about the turkey. Wants some of that turkey meat. All right, so we're just gonna let this brown up. We're doing this kind of simultaneously with the peppers and shallots over here. Don't really want to mess with the turkeys too much. Just kind of let it start to brown up and cook through. Let it do its thing. This will just kind of stir through. And while we wait for all of this to kind of cook up, what I'm going to do is show you how to make the sauce that will go in the sloppy joe mixture. Take my bowl here. Alright, so really what this is going to take is a little bit of ketchup, a little bit of barbecue sauce, a little apple cider vinegar, Worcestershire, a little bit of chili powder. So I'll show you what we're going to do with that. Let me just give everything a quick stir again before I start. Oh, a little flustered over there. Oh, really, Leah? That's so cool. She got to see snowfall for the first time. Yeah, it wasn't a whole lot of snow here where we are, but we did get some flurries. What's up, baby? All right. Okay. So now I can show you what we're gonna do with our sauce. So the first thing that I need to get some ketchup. And some barbecue. Alright, so for the ketchup, you're going to use half a cup. Yeah, it should be. Probably going to be like the whole rest of this ketchup here. I probably should just take the whole cap off.
Yeah, I'm going to use it all. I'm throwing things, too.
It would be easier to do it that way. Now, this is a ketchup that we recently got into called Sir Kensington, and it is really tasty. It's like very simple, a lot healthier, no added stuff to it. Should have checked how much we had in here. But this is good. We have about a half cup right here. And then I'm going to do a half a cup of barbecue sauce as well. So I'm just going to top the rest of this cup off because, you know, half and half makes a whole. So we'll just do the rest of that.
Excuse me.
Pardon. There we go. So we've got half a cup of ketchup, half a cup of barbecue sauce. And I got one here. There we go. Probably should have just done it right into the bowl. That's okay. All right. So now what I'm going to add is a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. All right, just checking on this turkey here. Good. And our shallots and peppers. All right. Next, as we said, to our half cup of barbecue sauce and our half cup of ketchup, I'm just going to do 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire. So we've got our tablespoon right here, okay? Worcestershire has like a really nice flavor too. It's got like a fish sauce base. All right, that's going to go right in. Anchovies, right? Yeah. Then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. So this is going to kind of break up the sweetness because the barbecue sauce and the baked beans are going to have like a little bit of sweetness, and we even do put a little bit of brown sugar in here. So that is going to break up that sweetness a little bit with the apple cider vinegar. So then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of that. Okay. We'll do a teaspoon of chili powder. The first time I ever made this recipe, I misread, and I put a full tablespoon of the chili powder, and let me tell you, it was way too hot. So you're just going to do a teaspoon, just a touch, just to give it a little bit of heat. All right, I'm going to turn off this turkey meat because it's done already. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to do my teaspoon of chili powder. Here it is. Yes. Teaspoon. There we go, teaspoon. These are my normal measuring spoons. I'm going to take off the top here. And take that out. You can see I don't want to make a whole mess here. I'm actually going to do it over my trash bowl here so that I don't overpower the heat. Okay, so here we got some chili powder. And then the last thing is some brown sugar. And that is going to be a tablespoon of that. Now, I didn't have any brown sugar on hand, so I'm just using an organic cane sugar that we have here. It'll work. Whatever you have at home is fine. I don't know if I use like regular white sugar, but this cane sugar has like a brown sugar quality to it. Alrighty. And then that's going to go right into our sauce mixture as well. Okay, so to remind you, we have half a cup of ketchup, half a cup of barbecue sauce, a tablespoon of Worcestershire, a tablespoon of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, and a teaspoon of chili powder. And then we're going to mix it all up. And that's going to be what's going to go into our sloppy Joe mixture and make them nice and saucy. Good taste. Perfect. Ah, perfect. Good. Okay, so to this bell pepper and shallots, now I'm going to add that garlic in because that's ready to go. I'll let the garlic cook down for a couple minutes. I don't want it to burn, so I'll just let it kind of heat through. And then I'm going to add my turkey, my beans, and the sauce mixture together. And then we're just going to kind of let it simmer down here while we get everything else ready for the rest of the meal. And that's it. This is all that really took. So, here's our garlic. Right? So garlic like this. Put that in. Let it cook down. Let it do its thing. So does anybody like sloppy joes at home? Like I said, I didn't like them as a kid, but I like them as an adult. And yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm sure if anybody is here, even internationally, they might know the movie Billy Madison. And the famous, I made some sloppy joes for you. Made them real sloppy for you. Sloppy joes. Alright, so this garlic and everything smells really good here. That's just going to take a second. So while that cooks down, I'm going to open up our can of beans. Now, when I ordered baked beans the other day, my grocery order, I didn't realize that the can was going to be huge. So it's a really big can. We're not going to use all of them. This is a 28-ounce can. You really only need about 8 ounces. But we'll save them and we'll eat them tomorrow or something. But these are just regular baked beans. And baked beans are cooked in like a brown sugar and spices and like a tangy sauce. So that's what we're going to want. And I'll use not quite half of this can because, like I said, this one's 20 ounces. Just shy of half. Oh, Leah, good. I'm glad you like them because now you know how to make these. And again, these are super, super easy and really, really great if you're entertaining, especially if you make little sliders, like a little appetizer. Okay. I'm just going to bring up this heat just a touch on the garlic. I'm watching it, though, because I don't want it to burn. We don't want it to ruin everything here if it burns. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to toss our turkey in there. I did not season the turkey yet, so I'm just going to add a little bit of seasoning on here. I'm going to put a little salt, a little bit of pepper. If you're using beef or if you're going to be using a different type of turkey and you need to drain the fat, you could do that. You could drain excess. This wasn't very fatty at all, so you don't need to do that. Just gonna kind of coat everything together here. Awesome. That's good. Oh, yeah, Babs, you mentioned that you could totally buy sloppy joes in a can. I think that's probably why I didn't like them as a kid, because that's what I'm reminded of, like the stuff in the can, and to me that wasn't really appetizing at all.
What's the thing with the ham? Hamburger Helper.
Oh, Hamburger Helper. I didn't like Hamburger Helper either, though, because, like I said, I wasn't a fan of beef as a kid. It wasn't my thing. All right, now I'm going to add about half a can of these baked beans because this can is so overwhelmingly large. Well, do about half a can of this. And you don't want to drain them or anything because they've got some good flavor. And you want the sauce that comes in the can. So that's about half of the can here. And in all honesty, this already looks good without the sloppy joe sauce and smells good. I'll show you what that looks like. There you go. You can see it there. So there's some baked beans, some turkey chopped meat, shallots, onions, and a red bell pepper. If you have an orange bell pepper or yellow or something like that, you could certainly use it. I wouldn't use green in this particular dish. I think that would be a little too bitter. So now our sloppy joe sauce is going to go in. Give everything a nice big stir here. Make sure everything's kind of evenly coated through. You're out. And then while it's on medium heat, I'm just going to kind of let it simmer up to a boil. A low boil. I don't want it to burn. Good. I don't want it to burn. So we'll just kind of let this heat through. It already looks good and tasty. So again, I'm going to just kind of let this heat up a little bit. Once it starts boiling up, then I'll lower the heat again, and we'll just kind of let it simmer and do its thing while we straighten up a bit and get ready, get the other stuff that we're going to be eating ready to go. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to dump the rest of these beans into another container so that we can eat them on another day. That is quite a lot of beans. There we go. So I'm going to top my sloppy joe with some pickled onions. If you make sloppy joes, what do you like to put on top of yours? Do you like cheese? Do you like to eat it with coleslaw? What's something that you would eat with this dish? Oh, that's cool, Babs. Jim used to make it with venison. That's definitely a smart choice for something like this. All right, so this is already coming up to a little... Do you?
Yeah.
Jimmy said he remembers when his dad used to make that. All right, so this is starting to come up to like a little bit of a boil. So I'm just going to give it a stir. And then I'm just going to let it simmer. So I'm going to bring it down. Again, I don't want it to be on that really, really high heat for very long because I don't want it to burn. Because things like ketchup and barbecue sauce can burn really easily, so we don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to bring it down low and let it simmer while we get the other stuff going. Yeah, cheese is really good, Leah. It's normally, like, we'll just put a little bit of shredded cheese on it. Shredded cheddar. Can't go wrong with that. We can't go wrong with cheese in this house. We eat a lot of cheese. Feta? Okay, so Jimmy just suggested feta. Feta might work, especially with the pickled onions. I feel like it could work. It would be a little bit saltier, but that might be a nice flavor. Oh, that I'll stay away from. He said he has gorgonzola that he would like. No thanks. I'm not a blue cheese person. I have like a little bit of an aversion to it from when I was a kid. And we did, in our science class, we were learning about fungi and mushrooms and mold and things like that. And we were in 5th grade, I remember. And we tried all of these different things. We tried these different foods, but I had to leave school early and get into the car. I was going into Manhattan, and driving there, I got really car sick. So now I just have this aversion to those flavors. Not mushrooms, though. Mushrooms I can eat. But the cheese, no thanks. Alright, so thanks for bearing with me while I straighten up a little bit. Just kind of put these things away so it makes life a little bit easier when we are trying to clean up. So this ketchup is good and ready to go. We can toss that. All right, so Jimmy, do you want to show them what else you were going to be doing over here?
Sure.
We're going to rotate. I'm going to go check on baby while he does what he does next. Mark said, blue cheese isn't always bad, but gorgonzola is disgusting. It definitely has a lot of funk. It's an acquired taste for sure. Wow. All right.
It just doesn't want to be alone.
Yeah.
Ooh, this looks good.
Yeah, so that's all ready. That's just going to simmer there while you kind of get ready with the other stuff, and we can start toasting up the buns, too. We freeze a lot of our bread at home.
This is our COVID trick.
Yeah, this is a COVID trick. I mean, we did it before too, but even more so now. Just to keep the bread and make sure it doesn't go bad.
Not happy, doesn't want to be alone.
I'm here. Alright. So we mentioned that we made some pickled onions this morning. We used a red onion. We used a little bit of white vinegar, apple cider vinegar, salt and pepper. And you just kind of boil that all up together and let it sit over some sliced up onions. And you just kind of let it do its thing in the fridge all day, and it's going to be good to go when we're ready for it. And then he's going to show you just what he did with his little salad there. But this meal is almost done. We're nearly there. Oh, someone's so fussy today.
So I just have frisee. I just sliced it up and washed it. I'm just going to add some cherry tomatoes in there for a little color. Just going to slice these up real quick, just slice them in half.
He said it looks good.
Looks good.
Good. Looks good. Just giving this a nice little stir. Yum, yum, yum. Alright, yeah, we got lucky with this frisee actually. It came in our biscuit spot.
It came in good shape.
Yeah, it came.
We paired up with our meal.
We get our boxes on Wednesdays, and it got here like right before we started setting up for the stream. And we thought, hey, that would be good with our meal tonight. Give us a little bit of veggies.
Yep. Just a little salt and pepper. Then I made a vinaigrette earlier today. I made a little vinaigrette, just red wine vinegar, olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic, and stone ground mustard. Need a little acidity to break up the bitterness of the frisee. So I'm just going to drizzle this over, give this a quick toss, and then they'll be ready to go. It's actually a deceivingly large amount of frisee.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Tastes good though with the dressing. Give this a nice toss. Probably could have used a bigger bowl, but too late now, we're committed. There we go. Got my greens nice and tossed. And five. That's perfect. Just gonna kind of break up the sweet richness. Alright, so salad is ready. I have a little of the baby's avocado left for us. Do you want some avocado on your
You can just put it on the
coffee
side.
cup? On the side for you? Okay. Alright, so the buns are just toasting up. That'll be just a minute, and then we're going to be ready to plate. Do a quick wash over here.
Just gonna check the chat. Oh yeah, still on the gorgonzola. Yeah, no good. Okay, so this is definitely good to go here. And our buns look like they're ready to come out. So I'm just going to take those out really quick. One got a little toasty.
I'll take that one. We need to scrape it off.
Yeah. That is the thing when you have to reheat the rolls if you do that, if you freeze them. Just be mindful and pay attention because they might brown up a little quickly.
Look at that, good as new.
Perfect.
Quick scrape.
Yep, and we're just gonna put a little bit of our sloppy Joe mixture on top. I'm gonna have some pickled onions. Are you gonna have some pickled onions as well?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, I'll grab those for us. Oh man, we even had potatoes from last night.
I forgot about it. We had those left.
You checking out these pickled onions? I don't think baby would like those yet.
No, not yet.
I won't lie too, usually when I make these sandwiches I eat more than one.
So they are sloppy joes.
They are sloppy. They are going to be messy. That is the one thing. Be prepared to have some sauce all over your hands.
Sloppy joe down. Avocado.
Oh, there's one here, sorry.
Sliced red onion. So onions pickled up very nicely. Put a couple of those right on top. Rosé on the side.
Oh, what a beautiful dish.
Not nice.
All right, so our dinner is done. There it is. Our turkey sloppy joe sandwich, topped with some avocado there and some pickled red onions, and we have our little frisee salad on the side. We'll post this dinner tonight on our Instagram page with the recipe for the sloppy joes. If you don't follow us there, please do so. We'll put this on our YouTube page too if you're just joining us a little bit late. Hang around. I'm going to find a channel to stream, but our dinner is done, so stick around. We're going to rate somebody else. Thanks for joining us as always, so we really appreciate it.
Quite a sound.
Yeah. Oh no. I don't think I did the reading right. Hold on. No. Oh, no space. I gotta try again.
Oh, they're full. Wow.
What?
They were full? That's why.
No. I messed up typing.
Oh, space, like space bar.
Let's give that a whirl. That look right, Mark? You're so happy. Did I type that right? Oh, my goodness. This is what happens when you have a baby trying to move around
Want me to take it?
on your arm. Why isn't that working? Oh, let me check again.
Alright, hold on. I'll grab it from you. Give me 1 second.
I added an S. Sorry, we're gonna try to read Josh Elkin.
Come here, little monkey.
Thank you. Alright.
Wow.
Looks like he's making some French onion soup, which would be great on a cold day.
Give a kiss. Here you go. Here you go. Give a kiss. You got it.
All right, everybody. Our dinner is done. Take care. Thanks again for joining us, as always. Have a really wonderful day, and we'll see you on Friday. Sorry we didn't stream last Friday. We were tired. All right, catch you later. Bye.